season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll try the right side. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play. And the Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. They'll go right back to it. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leave.
Breaks into the open. Inside the 50. He's at the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They're on the board first here in the season opener.
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. The run from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's talk about Alabama. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Lining up from the 34 on first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Hauls it in. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
He's just got a knack, doesn't he? Just finds his way out of things and scrambles outside the pocket and then makes plays, gets completions. It's just so frustrating for a defense to try to bottle a guy up like this with so much talent.
Looking downfield, it's Monroe. Bringing the heat. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Catch in the middle. It's Harvey. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
Now he's going to break the pocket. And this one's not working. He'll just put away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to set up the screen. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down.
4th and short. I already called my 3rd down play, knowing I was going for it on 4th down. So you better believe I got the play locked and loaded. We're going for it on 4th down.
Down, they'll try to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Yellow Jackets want to move quickly.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 6th play of the drive coming up. To pass. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
How about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. Gets the back moving. To the air. It's Monroe. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. Might be calling a hot route. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Makes the grab. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Motion from the wideout. They'll give it to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Touchdown time! Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This should be the last play of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. He lets it fly. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Garrison. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
They'll run play action. Grabbed over the middle. It's Garrison. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him. Huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point,
turning it on! And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. The RPO, it's complete. At the 35, he's got room. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Monroe. Might be looking to run. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Sets up the screen. Oh, it's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And the running back gets That's his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. All right, guys, let's talk about Georgia Tech. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. Turns it on down the left side. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3 is coming soon.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over SMU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to throw. It's Monroe. Flips it out to the back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. And so
pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last 2 drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up 4th down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
They call 3rd down money down for a reason. Like, 2nd down, they get the sack, put them in a situation where it's a known passing situation. And how about this offense, man? They're trying to throw the football down the field, but this guy doesn't panic. He doesn't flinch. Does a nice job. Nobody covered. Doesn't force the football. And even better, takes off, scrambles, and gets the big 1st down for this offense.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using the quick game. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. From the gun. Wants to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Oh, he's got a chance. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half, and the Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And this QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly, obviously.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
The offense changing the play. Back to pass on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And a great play design here in this type of situation, obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. He fires one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to go over that trip to the house.
What a great job by this offense finishing the half. It wasn't perfect. You're still trailing, but now you've cut that lead to a 1-score game. Now in the second half, we can come out, make some things happen. We just created some big momentum for this offense. Now we take it into halftime.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that out. game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my...
There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
To the air, it's Monroe. Flushed out of the pocket. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Going to swing it on second down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Trying to take it back. The 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Singleton. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of an awesome kickoff return.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Snap to the back. And some room to work. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Harvey. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This quarterback has just been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Great job with his decision-making. He's now got over 350 passing yards.
To the air on first down. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Bluff City behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by just 4 to Boise State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
They'll leave it with him. Finding open areas. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to pass. It's Monroe. Buys a little time. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the catch. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that offensive line gave that quarterback all day to throw the football. That QB could have checked his social media, balanced his investment portfolio, and booked dinner. That's an example of 5 guys up front acting as one. Tremendous job in pass pro.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quick strike complete. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Out of the backfield, he's open. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Dropping back, it's Monroe. Got his man quickly. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. The give on the inside. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. The Tide trying to convert on 3rd down as we start the 4th. They'll try to get it through the air. Quickly complete. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
Back to throw, it's Monroe. On the move to his left. Makes the grab. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Fires to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Rides to back and leaves it. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for them.
Going to take a shot at this DB. He almost had the pick, and that could have given him a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
This offense isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate. And late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Listen, I know this running back is shifty. I know he's really good in the open field, but that's just asking too much.
Oh, trickeration, he wants to throw. And it's caught. Can he get to the marker?
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap into the up back, completing the pass.
Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Looking for room. It's Harvey. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. Gets it out quickly. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Just feeds the running back. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. To throw, it's Monroe. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gets it out fast. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. His offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. On 3rd and long, they need a big completion. Looking to take a shot. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Zings it complete to the right. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. And the Yellow Jackets are in the hurry up. Defense looks as if it's coming. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the pummeling has started.